Hi everybody, Jo here again. How are you doing? I hope you're okay and I hope today is going well. Something a little bit different. I'm going to create a tag, and what's special about this tag, what I want to share with you, is I've used some of the lovely Lavinia washi tape. I couldn't wait to use this and I've just had so much fun with it. And also I've used our squirrel stamp. I thought it teamed up beautifully, not only with the washi tape, but with our lovely acorns. And I've gone for an autumnal feel. So we're going to start with one of our watercolour tags from Lavinia, and this is the large one. So the first thing I'm going to do is stamp our beautiful berry branch. And for this, I'm coming in with the pine cone. So it's the brown. And I'm only going to just add one stamp here. This is the one that once I've seen the lightning, I can't unsee it. One there. And just for a nice bit of shape, we'll have another one sort of hanging down there. And then onto that, we can add a couple of little acorns. And again, I'm going to stick with the same colour. And again, it's up to you how many of these you add. Now, a little tip, have your brown fine liner pen handy, because if it doesn't quite meet, you can then just draw that in. So I'm thinking I'll have a couple. Have we got room for a third up there? Yes, and we'll stop at 3. But I will bring in the little berry. And again, I'm staying with the same colour. And we'll just add, for extra interest, a couple of berries. And then what I'm going to do on this area, I want to add some beautiful leaves. But before I do it, because I'm going to use the same colour, I'll come in with our squirrel. Now, this would be fabulous for our Tag Tuesday or Silhouette Sunday. So you could use it for either. Now I'm going to come in now. I had a look at my stamps and I went for these two off the red oak leaves. And I wanted the colours of the leaves in the sky to almost mimic the colours on here. So I've gone for lilac bloom, a couple of browns as well. And I might introduce warm breeze to this, because looking at the tape, I'd missed that. I'd not seen that. So let's see how we go. So I'm going to go for the larger stamp first, and I'm thinking lilac bloom, let's come in with just, and we'll just stamp a few random leaves. So with the same stamp, I'll come in with Portobello, and again, just add a few. And if you're worried about the stem, it's when you come in with another colour, you can always stamp over. So what I'm thinking is now I'll move to this smaller stamp and bring in this warm breeze. Right, need a few of those at the bottom, look. So last colour, I'm going to come in with Sand Dune. I think I need some more leaves, but I don't want them too near the front. I just want them to look in the distance, to sort of fill these spaces, but not be very pronounced. So Sand Dune is perfect for that. And then come in with the moon mask. Now we can either use it as a spotlight, but I think we'll just go, we'll have the moon sort of behind the tree there. So the first colour I'm going to come in with is Sahara. And as always, just blend nicely and then gently around the whole design, we'll add some lovely Sahara. If the ink goes over the acorns, it doesn't matter, because obviously I'm going to be colouring those in. It's really the idea of that moon behind that we want. And we can come right down here. We can lift that moon mask off now and just finish at the bottom. So I thought I'd come in with confetti now. We've got the lovely purples. So let's add some lovely pinks. And just gently, and I've gone for confetti because obviously it's a nice light pink, but just it warms up that Sahara and just goes with the whole feel of the design. And then what I'm thinking is we'll just add some colour with our Mondelez pencils. And all I'm going to do is start, and on the lovely acorns, add the darker colour. So the moon's there, so this side I know is going to be my darker side, and where we've got shading. So again, this at the bottom, we're going to have most shading. Now, you can spend some lovely time doing this and really take your time. So I'm coming in now with the pink. So with the pink now, I'm just colouring these lovely berries, and I'm colouring these pink. And again, I'm just leaving that circle in the middle just to act as my lovely highlight. And then with the brown, just to give the branch a little bit, you see how it looks better just for colouring that in. Just doesn't look almost as wishy-washy. And like I say, you will spend longer colouring it even better. Beautiful. So before we add the washi tape, and I'm just leaning down because you know me, my pastel pencils are on the floor next to Eric. Just want to ground and add a little bit of something under our squirrel. And again, don't judge me on the bottom because it's not finished yet. This is where we're going to add the washi tape. But I just want to add a little bit underneath. And what I found is once I've added the washi tape, it's easier to just pop it straight on, not pop it on and off too many times. So I'm adding a little bit of red just to give a bit of a hint of colour with the squirrel. So we're going red squirrel here. And then just with a flesh colour, just so I've got sort of to look at, I want that cohesive design. So I'm thinking those pinky tones that we've got in the sky and in the berries. So I just want that bit of sort of pink rather than white at the minute. That's sort of what I'm thinking anyway. And again, just blending this. It's just my pastel. So I'm just blending to just start that sort of idea of shape. And it's only a little bit, but it's important. So now to the washi tape. What I've done is I've pre-cut some washi look. Now if I just explain, it's really easy. So you can tear it tears beautifully. If you just want a jaggedy, you can tear a jagged edge across the top. But if you want to cut any areas out, just like I've done, a pair of scissors, look, and it literally cuts like that. It's beautiful to cut. And I tend to tear. So I would cut this, look, just like that. And it's amazing how many bits you can get cut out of your washi tape. Now for ease, I just popped mine on one of my Lavinia blocks. So what I'm going to do is take the longest one, just pop it at the bottom. But I want to add some little bits under here. So with these bits I've cut off, look, that one we just cut, I'm thinking that we can, don't need that, but I can pop that under there. And again, we will hide most of that stamping that we've done, but I don't mind that because I like that. We did that stamping purely just in case it was seen. So we've got another bit here. Don't want it too far this way. Yes, now have I got just the edge of that coming out under there? Right, let's get rid of that bit. And you will be talking to yourself like I do, look. And I think if that bit points up there, yes, I'm going to go with that. Just make sure that's stuck down there. Now, you can either fold your tape round, but I just found for me it worked better to just trim. And then all I'll do is wipe my scissors when I've finished. Pop that out of the way. And again, just give it a good rub down. But that's why we went for the colours the way we did. So, time for little finishing tricks. My fan brush is in the water pot. So I just want to add some little water splats, and I don't want to get it everywhere. So I can just come in with my brush, look, and so here, where there was that line, I can just add a few, and we can let those we can almost help that faux bleach a bit there. Right, happy with that. And while that's working, I can come in with my Signo uni ball. And I just want to add on the washi tape, look, we can just add some lovely highlights. So maybe on our squirrel, we can add a couple more highlights. And just catching these leaves here. And then on the acorns here, look. And then just go over the highlights that we'd left. So this we're just going to have, and this one here. Now a little tip, I just keep cleaning my nib. I find my pen works better. A few of you have asked and said your pens don't sometimes work for me. I find if I just clean the nib on the kitchen roll, it almost reactivates it, look, and it works beautifully. Right, did we get all those? I know you shout at me if I didn't. And then what I'm going to do with my kitchen roll is just dry the faux bleaching, because I don't want it too much. I just want it to add a nice something in the background. And then finally what I do want to do is add some lovely Posca splats with the yellow. I want that nice, for me, that bright autumnal feel, and I love these. But again, if you're not keen on your little Posca splatters, just leave them off. But I think it's important just to show you, look, the washi tape takes the Posca on top and the gel pen beautifully. Going to avoid where my lovely squirrel is. Try and not get him. Now this would be lovely if you wanted to add any of your sentiment stickers. And also remember your lovely craft threads in the top, and a little tip for adding them. If you struggle, just use a piece of elastic, pop your elastic through, get your craft threads. I mean, I've just got 3 here. Pop them in and then pull it through, look. Nice and easy. And then there you've got your lovely 3 loops. She says, I can't count. Where's the 3rd one? Come on. Behave. There you go. You know you have to talk to these things. They behave so much better if you do. And I'll trim those later. Might even add a little sentiment sticker after. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to see which one. But look how that beautiful washi tape has all gone in beautiful layers, and the colours. And don't forget, as I say, I mean, this one, a few more browns. So the one I've used is called Moonfall Whispers. And the one that I haven't used yet is called Enchanted Fall. So maybe I'll do the same thing again and go for browns and greens. Have you used the new washi tape yet? I've got another one with books on and the lovely, gorgeous Double Trouble. And that one is Book Bandits. So if you've used any of them, I'd love you to just share on social media and tag me in so I can see what you've got up to. Again, it's all about sharing ideas, but I love this layering and it sticks beautifully, look. I'm thinking some little glossy accents as well on top of that. Love it, absolutely love it. So thanks as always for popping in. I'm off now. Time for a cheeky brew and biscuit. Love and hugs from me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.